Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today I wanted to talk about the new proposed playoff system that Major League Baseball is talking about. If you are new here today and you're looking for more baseball insight, go ahead and subscribe down below. Hit the little bell so you'll be notified of all my future videos. If you like today's video, give me a thumbs up. If not, give me a thumbs down and make sure to leave a comment at the end. Tell me what you think. So as most baseball fans know, the playoffs right now for Major League Baseball are you have 3 division winners in each league, the American and the National League, and then there are 2 wild card teams for each league. Those 2 wildcard teams will play in a 1-game playoff, and the winners of the wildcard games will move on to the divisional round and play the team with the best overall record, or the number 1 seed. In the divisional round in both leagues, it's best out of 5, and in the league championship series, it's a best out of 7, and the winners of those 2 will move on to the World Series and play each other in a best out of 7. However, Major League Baseball is looking to expand on its postseason format as soon as 2022, and they have proposed some changes, and I'm not gonna lie, some of them are a little weird. So as of right now in each league, like I said, you have 3 division winners and 2 wildcard teams, so that would be a total of 10 teams in the playoffs, but Major League Baseball is proposing a system where 14 teams will be included, but there's a catch. Let me go over this the best I can. Honestly, I'm just going to read this from my computer because I honestly can't even keep track of it myself. So the top seed in both the American and the National League get to advance to the divisional round with an automatic bye, while the 2 and 3 seeds get to choose their opponents between 3 wild card teams. The 2 seed would get to pick first among the 3 wildcard teams, and then the 3 seed will get to choose, and then the top wildcard team will get to play whatever team is remaining. What? Not gonna lie, that hurt my head even just reading it off of my computer. So I'll try and be positive here. What I do like is that baseball is trying to put more teams into the playoffs. This gives more teams a chance. Like, look at the Indians from last year. They won 93 games. And even the Mets and the Diamondbacks, they were pretty respectable in their own right. It'll also be good for business. It's more ticket sales and more cities will get to participate in the playoffs. But there is so much I hate about this. I'll say it again. It hurt my head even just trying to decipher it. My brain is the equivalent of a cantaloupe, so I mean, power to you if you fully grasp that idea the first time you read it, but for me, it took me like a good 82 times to figure it out. First off, I believe if you win your division, you should get to go to the divisional round, no questions asked. Teams in their division play each other 19 times a year. That takes a lot of strategy. That takes a lot of planning. So winning those games within the division are so key and they're so important. So teams that do end up winning their division, those divisional games are huge. Also, I'm just not a believer in a team getting to pick their opponent. Sure, I get that there could be some strategy behind it. Maybe a team had been good against one team that year or so on, but I just personally believe where you finish in the standings should determine who you play in the playoffs. So to make my cantaloupe brain feel more at ease, I came up with 2 options that I think maybe could be a good idea. And let me know down in the comments if you think my ideas are dumb, please let me know. But if you like my ideas, hey, let me know too. So in my first option, I am focused on adding more teams, but just getting rid of all the nonsense. So you're going to have the 3 division winners in each league in the East, the West, and the Central, and they will automatically go to the divisional round. And then I will have 4 wild card teams in each league that will play in a mini tournament. They will be seeded based on their records. So the 4 seed would play the 7 seed, and the 5 seed would play the 6 seed. They will be single elimination games, and the winners of those 2 games will move on to the wild card final, and they will play each other in a best out of 3, and then the winner of that game will move on to the divisional round, and they will be the 4th seed. Just to sum it up, I am simply expanding the wild card round. So let's put this option to use. Let's see how the 2019 season would have unfolded using this format. The Astros would have been the number 1 seed, the Yankees would have been the number 2 seed, and the Twins would have been the number 3 seed. All 3 of those teams would advance to the divisional round. The Oakland A's would have been the 4 seed, the Tampa Bay Rays would have been the 5 seed, the Cleveland Indians would have been the 6th seed, and the Boston Red Sox would have been the 7th seed. In my format in the wild card tournament, Oakland, the 4 seed, would have played the Red Sox, the 7 seed. And Tampa, the 5th seed, would have played Cleveland, the 6th seed. And in the National League, the 1 seed was the Dodgers, the 2 seed was the Braves, and the 3 seed was the Cardinals. So for the wild card tournament in the National League, the Nationals would have been the 4 seed, the Brewers would have been the 5th seed, the Mets would have been the 6th seed, and the Diamondbacks would have been the 7th seed. That means in the first round of the wild card tournament, the Nationals would have played the Diamondbacks, and the Mets would have played the Brewers. And in those one-game elimination games that I have in the first round, who knows how that could have ended up? Imagine if in the first round of that wild card tournament, the Mets would play the Brewers, and Jake DeGrom was the Cy Young last year. Good chance the Mets would have won that game. So in the final of that wild card tournament, where last year it was the Nationals against the Brewers in the wild card game, in the wild card final in my tournament, it could have been the Mets and the Nationals. So with a wild card tournament, this could implement a lot more strategy from teams. But let me move on to option 2. It's a much more simpler option. Option number 2 is simply keeping things the way they are right now, where it's a wild card game for each league, but instead of it being single elimination, you make it a best out of 3. While in my other option, I do have the first round of my wild card tournament being single elimination, I am, however, a much bigger fan of the best out of 3, which is why I saved the wild card tournament final in my other option as a best out of 3. I don't think one game simply should dictate how a season can play out for a team. Anything can happen in one game. But as always, that's just my opinion. Tell me what you think. Which option did you like better? Did you like option A, where I have a wild card tournament? Do you like option B, where you just keep everything the same, except you change the wild card game from a single elimination to a best out of 3? Do you like the new ideas that Major League Baseball is proposing? Or would you rather just keep things the way they are? Tell me what you think down below. If you liked today's video, leave me a thumbs up. If not, leave me a thumbs down. And if you are new here today and you're looking for more baseball insight, don't forget to subscribe down below, and don't forget to hit the little bell to receive notifications of all my future videos. As always, have a great day, and I'll talk to you next time. God, my head still hurts.